Hello students. Now in the previous topics we had seen about the fossil fuels, coal, petroleum and natural gas. Now we will see why these fossil fuels are limited, why these natural resources are limited. You have already studied that it takes billions of years to be formed. Coal, petroleum, natural gas, it takes millions of years to be formed. But how we are using? We are using it so fast that they may get exhausted in a few hundred years. So we are not using it properly, and so what will happen, our future generation, they will not get these fossil fuel, they will not get petrol to drive vehicle, they will not get CNG, they will not get coal. So all these would they are limited. So natural resources are limited and we should use it properly. So coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. It requires the dead organisms millions of years to be converted into fuels. And on the other hand, the known reserves of these will last only a few hundred years. So that's what I said. It takes millions of years to be formed, but it is being used within hundred of years. It is being used in such a manner that it will get exhausted within 100 years, few hundred years. And so they should be used judiciously. Moreover, burning of these fuels is also a major cause of air pollution. Air pollution is caused when we burn these fossil fuels. So their use is also linked to global warming. So what is global warming? Global warming is increase in the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere because of gases like carbon dioxide. They are called greenhouse gases. So because of these gases, the heat of the sun which falls on the earth, when it gets reflected, it is not allowed to move out, it gets trapped in the earth's atmosphere. So because of that, the temperature rises. So when the temperature rises, that is a major problem which we are facing, global warming. When the temperature rises, what happens, places where there is snow or ice, those ice caps, they melt and they will cause flood. So that is a disadvantage, or that is a problem that is related to global warming. So when we are using these fuels, they are causing pollution. So carbon dioxide, such greenhouse gases we call them, they are increasing, and so the temperature of the earth's atmosphere also increase. So that leads to global warming. It is necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. So that will result in better environment, smaller rise of global warming, and their availability for a longer period of time. So if we use them judiciously, these what we can say, these fossil fuels, they can be kept, they can be, our future generations can also use these fossil fuels. So this is global warming, what I said, no, the temperature of the earth surrounding it is increasing. So that leads to many problems, or many problems like melting of the ice cap and all. So because these fossil fuels are being used again and again, we are not using it judiciously. So some tips have been given by PCRA, that is Petroleum Conservation Research Association. What do? They advise people how to save petrol or diesel while driving. So look at the tips that they have given. Drive at a constant and moderate speed. Like suppose you are driving at 60, try to drive at a moderate speed of 60, not to like 100 में जा रहे हैं फिर 40 में आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं, at a constant speed. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. So when traffic lights you can see, at that time you should switch off the engine. Ensure correct tire pressure. Ensure correct maintenance of the vehicle. So regularly your vehicle should be given for servicing and all, that should be seen. So you can tell your parents about all these tips which you have learnt in from that the tips that are given by PCRA. So with that we come to the end of this lesson, in which we had studied about natural resources, fossil fuels, and how they should be protected. Thank you.